Good morning, second graders. It's Miss Hess here. How y'all doing out there in Cyberland? I hope everyone's well. Just want to tell you, I really miss you guys. And I know your teachers miss you too. So, anyway, we just keep plugging away at our schooling, right? It's very, very important that we keep learning and keep going. Even though we have some challenges right now, we have to keep plugging along, one foot in front of the other. So, I chose a nonfiction, true book, right, to go along with your Unit 9 on buyers and sellers. So, today's electronic book that we're going to do together is called Do I Need It or Do I Want It? Okay, so that is our title. Those are great big words, right? And then down here where we see making budget choices, that's what we call our subtitle. Okay, it gives us a little more information about that title. Okay, and this is by Jennifer S. Larson. And as we go through this book, we're going to take a look at some of the text features of this nonfiction book. Okay, so here we go. All right, so here's our table of contents. We always find this at the beginning of a nonfiction book. Table of contents, of course, tells us the topics within the book. Okay, so maybe I don't have time to read the whole book and I'm looking for specific information. I'm studying something about, let's say, budgets. Okay, so let's say I was studying about a budget and I didn't have time to read this whole book. What page would I turn to? Have a look at that table of contents. Right, page 10. Okay, that's where I would find information about budgets. So, table of contents gives us an overview of what's coming up in the book. Okay, spending money. Did you ever get money for your birthday? Or maybe a neighbor paid you for raking leaves. Did you spend your money right away? How do you decide what to do with your money? Why do you think the author made the font like that? What do you think? You might have a few reasons for that. Just when I look at it right away, I think, that author really wants me to think about that question. It's an important question. It's bolded and in different color. You know, it's like, wow. How do I decide what to do with my money? All right. So here we go. This girl has $5. She could spend it all on candy. Or she could buy a piece of one candy. Sorry, she could buy one piece of candy. Good readers back up and reread when they make mistakes, right? Then she might save the rest of her money. When she saves enough money, she could buy this camera. And down here, we have a caption that goes with the picture. I'm sorry, my recording screen is kind of cutting off a little bit of, not the words though, just the bottom part of that text box. Okay, but anyway, this caption tells us a little bit about the picture, and it says, saving money can help people afford things such as cameras, toys, or video games. Making choices. We all need to buy goods and services. Goods are things we can touch. We eat, wear, and use goods. A service is something a person does for someone else. A haircut is a service. Boy, we are all wanting haircuts these days, right? We've been cooped up for a long time, so we haven't been able to get our hair cut for a while. What if we don't have enough money to buy all the goods and services we want? We have to choose how to spend our money. Okay, and this caption here for this picture tells us this girl is picking out marbles at a toy store. Marbles are goods. Okay? Why do you think the author makes this title like bold and in another color? What's the purpose of that? Right, I can hear you all out there. It's to call our attention to what this page is going to talk about, right? Making choices is kind of like the topic of the paragraphs that are underneath. So it tells us what we're going to be reading about. And I love even the purple lightning bolt. That's kind of cool, right? Budgets. We can make a budget to help us decide how to use our money. A budget is a plan for spending and saving money. And I said it like that because that font tells me this is a very important concept from this book, right? Budgets, okay? Plan for spending or saving money. Writing a budget helps us keep track of our money. It helps us plan for the future. Families make budgets. First, the family needs to know how much money it has. When someone in the family works at a paid job, he or she earns money. This money is called income. And you know why I said that sentence like that, right? You know what's important? Income. Okay, and our caption says these people are at work earning income. All the money family members earn is income. To make a budget, a family needs to know how much income they make each month. And our caption down here says this man earns income by building things. Okay, that's a welder, right? Wants and needs. Next, a family decides what goods and services it needs that month. Food is a good we need, for sure, right? A place to live is a need. Candy is not a need. Do you hear me out there? Not a need. Although there are many people, to include adults, who might argue with that, right? Okay, but we don't need it to survive. There's other things we need to survive, live, right? And our caption on that page says, this family is looking at a new house. A home is a need. A family must first plan to spend money on things it needs. So, and I bet if you had a conversation with your mom and dad about, budgets and money, I bet you anything they would tell you, the first things we have to cover are the things we need to survive, to live, right? And then anything after that is something else besides survival, okay? This woman is looking carefully at her grocery list. Which things from the list does her family need? So, in our house, when we make a grocery list these days, there are things that we need, absolutely, like basic things, like, vegetables and maybe some meat, things that we cook to eat so we can live. However, things like popcorn, that's what I love, or candy, or soda pop, or cookies. Are those things that we need or want? Right? There's wants. So on a grocery list, if you kind of analyzed it, you would find both needs and wants. This family has money left after buying the things they need. How will they spend their money? And then this little caption down here says, families talk about how to spend their money. Many people share their money with other people who need it. And we call that charity, or when you make a donation to a cause that where people need help. So the money that we donate helps them get things they need, right? A lot of times at Christmas we see buckets like this in the States for the Salvation Army. There are people who, an organization who helps people in need. Don't have enough clothes, don't have enough food, those kinds of things. Family members might spend some of their money on the things they want. Wants are things we don't need to live. There it is. Cookies, right? New carpet is a want. A bicycle is a want. A family might have to choose between the carpet and the bicycle. How will they decide? And this caption here says, a new bicycle is a want. How will this girl's family decide if they should buy one? Okay. Saving. When families make a budget, they often decide to save some money every month. People save money for things they might need or want later. Okay? It's very important. Savings can be used for both things. Okay? It's just not for possible wants later. Sometimes it's for things we need. And that's why it's really important to save money, because you never know when you might need money, right? This family is planning a vacation. A vacation is a want that people save for. Some people save their money in a jar. Other people save money at a bank. This woman is taking her child to the bank. Okay? When I was a kid, I had a bank account, and I had little jobs that I did. I worked doing yard work and cleaning houses, selling lemonade when I was really young, and then I would take the money to the bank and put it in there, and I was so proud of myself. It's kind of cool to see your savings build up. Banks keep our money for us. We can get our money back when we need it. And then that caption says, these boys are filling out forms to put their money in a bank. A family might need money later for an expensive car repair. Or maybe they are saving up for a trampoline. Okay? That's why it's good to have savings, because sometimes things come up in life that you don't expect. So that's why it's good to have a savings account. Do you get an allowance every week? How will you spend your money? Is there something you want to buy now? And that caption for the picture says, this boy is getting an allowance. An allowance is money that is given to someone regularly. Maybe you are saving for something to buy later. How will you budget to save for it? Okay, so be thinking about those questions. This girl is creating a budget on a computer. Who budgets? Families are not the only ones who make budgets. Schools, cities, and businesses make budgets too. They have to decide how to spend their money. They have needs and wants just as families do. And our caption there says, these school board members are talking about their school's budget. Did you know Miss Hess gets a budget every year to buy books? Yeah, I do. So they tell me how much money I have, and then I get to decide what to order based on what kids love to read, right? Always try to pick out books that you're going to love to read. What will you do with your money? Good question, right? Okay, so that's the end of our book. And at the end of nonfiction books, sometimes you'll find activities like this. And it's kind of cool how they give us an example of What remember, income is money that you earn, and expenses